Power cut party, a 10th birthday party gone wrong. In Beacon Tree Heath, where the pavements were pelted with rain, young Ryan Huntley greeted his guests with a prehistoric refrain. He was 10 years of age, with locks of bright ginger hair, initially thrilled for his dinosaur-themed birthday affair. The spacious lounge was adorned with ferns and green leaves, while vicious winds whistled through the damp, dark eaves. His ginger hair glowed like a sun in the gloom, as he roared like a T-Rex across the bright room. His parents, Storm and Brendan, hurried to and fro, both ginger and jolly, in the warm party glow. "Och, Ryan, ye look braw!" Storm shouted with cheer, "The best wee dinosaur we've seen all the year!" Albeit the pathetic fallacy screamed through the glass, the sky was a bruise, watching the dark shadows pass. Brendan labored to maintain the balloons on the wall, while the monstrous storm battered the outer brick hall. A blue dinosaur cake, sugary, sweet, and tall, complemented the table against the back wall. There were shortbread and IRN brew and Scotch eggs galore, plus Tunnock's tea cakes that the juvenile guests did adore. Ryan's friend Callum arrived, looking drenched to the bone. The erratic weather had a menacing tone. "It's horrendous out there," the wet boy gasped in dismay, as the storm's icy fingers stole the daylight away. The high-voltage usage was bold and excessive. The lights flickered fast, in a way most aggressive. Storm sizzled some sausages and haggis-filled snacks, while the thunderous sky suffered violent cracks. The outdated equipment began to falter and wane, strained by the oven and the relentless rain. "I'll cook up a feast," Storm vowed with a cry, as the current deteriorated beneath the dark sky. Suddenly, darkness devoured the house in a blink. The music died out before anyone could think. The power cut was abysmal, an unintentional blow, which extinguished the party's energetic glow. "Och no," Brendan bellowed. "The fuse must have blown," as the incessant storm gave a low, heavy groan. Maisie, a guest, felt reluctant to move in the black, as the shivering house felt the storm's fierce attack. Storm inadvertently left the hot snacks on the grill, while she scrambled for candles with frantic, fast skill. "I'll go check the cellar," Brendan shouted in haste, relentless in finding the power they'd lost to the waste. They overlooked the haggis, and British snacks too, as the blackness marred the whole party view. The circumstance was dire, and the danger was real, as smoke started slithering with a predatory feel. A spark instigated a furious flame, and the snack-filled kitchen would never be the same. The stench of burnt pastry was horrendous and sour, as the fire escalated in that dark, dismal hour. "Fire!" Callum shrieked as the orange light spread, filling the hallway with terror and dread. The fire alarm blared with a cacophonous sound, as asterisk, asterisk, Ryan's heart hammered, asterisk, and violently bound. "Vacate the building!" Storm screamed through the smoke, as the stifling air made the young children choke. The horrendous noise was a stabbing, sharp pain, as they fled from the fire and into the rain. It was the final straw for the shattered old place, as tears of frustration ran down Ryan's face. Storm grabbed her young son and ran for the door, as the beast of a fire began to loudly roar. They stood on the heath, inconsolable and wet. The worst birthday party that anyone had met. Brendan emerged with a face full of gloom, as sirens approached to address their dark doom. "The house is foreclosed," he moaned in despair. "The power and fire has stripped us quite bare." Ryan was crestfallen, his hopes were all wrecked, as the ruin of his home was all he could detect. The guests were all sobbing, their clothes soaked and torn, on a 10-year-old's birthday that felt lost and forlorn. Add insult to injury, the cake was all charred, and the entrance to home was forevermore barred. The monotony of misery prolonged their great grief, as the fading red embers brought no sweet relief. Ryan wept in the puddles, distraught and alone, as the storm obliterated the only life he had known.